Well, welcome back. President Biden is ramping up his battle against the oil companies, demanding that now the oil companies explain why more gasoline is not coming to the market. He called out specific companies such as ExxonMobil, Marathon, Valero, as 14 GOP-led states, including Texas, are demanding that Biden restore a large domestic oil and gas lease it canceled just last month. Joining me right now is Texas Congressman August Pfluger. He is a member of the Foreign Affairs and Homeland Security Committee. Congressman, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks very much for being here. What do you make of the president now turning it on the oil companies? First, it was this president and this administration continuing to push for this climate agenda and telling everyone to end fossil fuel investments. Now he's blaming the oil companies for this inflation.
Well, it's a classic shell game of flipping the narrative, at least trying to. And the American public's not buying it. Biden inherited $2 gasoline, and now we're at $5. We have record inflation, as you've previously said today on this show. And we all know that it's not just 9,000 leases. We need 90,000 leases. These oil companies have asked him to approve pipelines and infrastructure. We've been asking to make sure that the regulatory environment is more predictable. And then to go to places like Russia and Venezuela, and now as ahead of his travel to Saudi Arabia, to know that he's going to be asking another foreign country to produce what we can do right here. It's just incredible, and the American public is not buying it at all.
No, I mean, it is incredible, particularly now as we face this inflation and they're still trying to push through more spending. Got Chuck Schumer meeting with Joe Manchin again to talk about the Build Back Better agenda. And the voters are taking notice. What a night in Texas last night, Congressman. Republican Mayra Flores, the projected winner of a special election in Texas, flipping the long, Democrat-held district from blue to red. Your thoughts on what took place?
Well, it's the beginning of the end of the Democrat Party in the Rio Grande Valley in South Texas, and maybe for the Hispanic population who are hardworking. Many of them work in the oil and gas industry. Obviously, they're tired of the border, and they're tired of the inflation, the record inflation that we see. Their families are struggling alongside other families. So Mayra Flores winning this seat, she will be a congresswoman. This was a special election. And I think what it tells you is it tells you that the Hispanic population and that everyday working class Americans, regardless of our backgrounds, race, ethnicity, are tired of Democrat lies. We are tired of an economy and a crisis that Biden has put us in. And we're tired of the lack of transparency. Obviously, they have issues on the border, and that crisis is an outrage. But Mayra Flores is going to be a great member of Congress, and there's more to come in the state of Texas alongside her.
And one of those big fat lies from Alejandro Mayorkas was that the border was closed. I mean, the border is not closed. That's ridiculous. We see the 2 million people coming in over the last year. Congressman, you say Customs and Border Protection are scouting locations in your district to drop off busloads of illegal migrants. The Biden administration has previously been caught flying migrants in the middle of the night to places like New York and Florida. They don't tell anybody about this, and then they're doing it in the middle of the night. Tell us what you know about your district with regard to dropping migrants off.
Well, we uncovered a plan last week by DHS that was scouting my hometown of San Angelo, Texas, to drop off what they called, quote unquote, busloads of illegal migrants. Unacceptable. We're not a sanctuary city. And I sent a letter to Secretary Mayorkas asking them how they plan, what their methodology is, why are they not using sanctuary cities like San Francisco. But the cost here is real. And we just saw where from day one, the incident on the Rio Grande Valley where Border Patrol agents were doing their job on the river, on the Rio Grande River, doing their job, and Biden said they will pay, and now it looks like administrative action will come down on them. There was no due process there, and the Biden administration has long since wanted to defund Border Patrol, CBP, and this is how they're doing it. The cost is real to Texans, billions of dollars of taxpayer money being spent, and now we see people speaking out. That's why Mayra Flores was elected last night.
Yeah, and then we're looking at these pictures of the Border Patrol on horses. It makes me remember that other lie from this administration that the Border Patrol were whipping migrants, which was complete nonsense, and we said it at the time. What has this done to the communities in Texas, Congressman?
Well, the cost comes in the form of an economic cost. Obviously, it's an unfunded mandate on the hospitals, on the schools, but I think it's a morale cost, too. and this is one we don't often talk about, but now you have the president who's not backing up the Border Patrol agents to do their jobs, and that cost is real. So, I can't even imagine trying to go recruit a new Border Patrol agent knowing that the President of the United States is seeking punishment without even hearing the story, without even hearing the case, and because they're doing their job. It is an outrage.
Unbelievable. One of the border agents sent me pictures of what was found this week, and it was skeletal remains of people, their skeletons on the ground in Texas. It's just an incredible impact to communities and this country, this wide open border. Congressman, thanks very much for your leadership on this. We'll keep watching. Thank you, August Pfluger, joining us this morning. With that breaking news of what you found in terms of dropping migrants off in parts of your state.